Hello, how you doing? And welcome back to the road to anywhere, mine and your Journeyman adventure here on FM22, and it is episode 20. What a nice rounded off episode to return to from my holiday in the south of France. It was absolutely amazing. I've still got my holiday band on because I'm a bit depressed about it, but it was brilliant. Kids loved it. Oh, they didn't love part of it because basically we had no TV and no internet. Quite refreshing for an old man. Kids, honestly, genuinely couldn't wrap their heads around it. But yeah, done loads of stuff. Absolutely amazing. I might flash up some pictures at some point. I've got a video I want to share with you though. Should I share it now? Yeah, well, I've been to Paris a couple of times over the years. I haven't been to the south of France for a while, but I thought things might have changed. Just check this video out. I've had to go back to the car and get my phone. Just been to a toilet. It's like a services, but it's a Woodland Services. They have quite a lot of these in France. Quite good. There's my family. And yeah, you stop off, have your lunch. But you know, I came to France a lot in the 80s and 90s and used to have to poo and wee in a hole. And you imagine a modern day EU country would have sorted out their toilet situation. Now the first thing that weirds me out is, why do we need to know? This is the men's, not the women's. Why? Not just have a man and a woman on, but this is the best bit. If you want a dump or a pee, you've got to do it in a hole, and the best thing is to give you a bit of woodland stick. In case you do miss, you can scoop it in. Christ. Well, you've got to go, and you've got to aim well. I swear to God, take that trusty stick with you. But yeah, anyway, we are back, and of course, I had a lot of time. No TV, no internet. So I've managed to play a season of the actual Road to Anywhere, and I've also played that season, I promised you, in the alternate Budiverse reality where I never left Ajax. I'm hoping both videos will come out one after each other, back to back, one day and then the next day. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, hopefully. If everything goes to plan, you never freaking know, do you? Anyway, right then. We are, of course, if you can tell, by the apartment in Buenos Aires, in Argentina, because if my trusty CCPO flashes up his mobile phone, you'll see that nearly half of you voted for me to go for the river job. Now, I never mentioned that the river job came up. Just as I finished, I saw the manager get sacked, so I chucked it in. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't think it'd win. But it did. Yeah. And I'm just going with it. I wasn't asked. Whatever you choose, whatever you wish, is my command. So, I applied for it. And of course I got it. But shitty now, things are not what they seem. So yeah, the river job was available because the manager got sacked at the end of the season. Now, this is a manager that had won in the league, I think, the year earlier. It's a manager that's done quite well for him. But he finished 4th. Now, I didn't realise that. That's the worst ever finish in their history, apparently. That's what it's saying there. Guaranteed record, new league finished low or whatever, after the previous record was 3rd. So, that's pressure. That is pressure. But, you know, I came from a great club that I didn't spend a full season with, Rosario Central. It was great. Saved them from relegation. Brilliant work. Loved it. But we had a bit of trouble money-wise and so on. I thought I'd be coming to River. They're going to have top players. Of course, they will have. But I thought I'd have tons of money. I thought, wow, this is it. Let's have some fun. As soon as I went for the interview, one of the questions set off alarm bells because it's basically, this is the money we've got, basically nothing. And the previous manager was shit with the money. And that's basically what they said. So, can you do any better? I was like, yeah, of course. Can I? Christ. So, my wage budget is 296 grand and we're overspending by double. And we're in nearly £13 million, because we're in pounds, debt. Crap. But before we get into it, I've just got to say, obviously I know River. And their arch rival is Boca. The club I've always dreamed of managing on YouTube. Will it ever happen? I don't know. Anyway, massive club. Massive club. Now, from memory, I think, right, Boca's like the working man's working class club, and River was more the posh club. So, we'll see. Home kit is a very famous kit with a red stripe. That away kit is sexual. The third kit looks like Sunderland. So, hopefully we don't play like Sunderland. But look, I mean, champions the previous season finished 4th, sack him. I mean, he's left them in a financial shithole. Facilities wise, well, we play at the Antonio Vespuccio Liberty El Monumental. That's not bad for me. Come on. That's not bad. You should see me in France. Actually, it's weird, you know. I could speak good French as a kid because I went all the time, and obviously I don't anymore. It's so much just coming back to you. So weird. Also helps that a lot of people speak English, but in the south of France, obviously you shit in a hole, and not everyone does, so you really do have to use it. And I really made my little 5-year-old try as much as he could. I always said bonjour, au revoir, merci, all that stuff. Really tried his best. He was really good. So anyway, back to here. And the club had its stadium rebuilt the year I was born. I've got some issues with how old I am on this game, by the way. I've never seen this in an older game. I'm a bit miffed because every time I go to a new club, I change my tracksuit to match the colour scheme. Although this time when I change my tracksuit, because I'm 60 in game, it made my hair go grey. They made me grey because I'm 60. It's not done that yet. Every other club, I've kept my dark hair, although I am going grey here a little bit. Grey, the cheeky bastards. I can't figure out. You can't change it back. Is very special. Look, wow, Jesus Christ. 6 Copa Libertadores, 1 million other trophies. Lots of pressure because I've got no money. No money. It's gonna be like, is it my second? I couldn't spend it at Rosario Central weeks ago. I couldn't cut out skin. I just came in with what I've got. So I had work to do, of course, and this is what I've done. So we have an under-20 squad. It's empty because I pushed all them up into the reserves. I then went through those reserves and the first team, and I picked the players I wanted to keep, players with potential, and I put myself together out of a lot of players, really. A good squad, a very good squad. I've got some good players, to be fair. But I was going to have to try my best to sell. Now, I'm not going to go through all these players. You can see how many bids in at the moment. I sell even more as it goes on. Some of these are good young players with high potential. But I want to get that debt down. I need that debt down because that's part of my job role. That's what they want. So I needed to try and get in as much money as possible. And at the minute, I could bring in nearly 11 million. And save 95 grand, which is just nothing yet. Absolutely nothing. So at this moment, I do have quite a big squad, right? And again, I'm not going to go through it just yet, but I've got quite a big squad. I'll probably only show you my best 11, maybe, just to save time. But my plan was going to be to play part of the season up to the next transfer window, and then see who's not playing, who's not done well for me, who's not got a game, and then try and sell them. Because there's a lot of good players in and they weren't hard to sell. So now jump forward just over a month and I've sold a ton of players. Look at this. A lot of good ones, you know. A lot of good ones. Some good prices for certain ones as well. Some good young players, but I wouldn't just sell a good young player just to get cash in. I made sure if I had 2 good young players in that same position, I'd get rid of one. And I brought in 17.75 mil. And we're still in debt, of course, but not as much. I've helped. I brought that wage bill down a bit. Now this is my squad arranged by ability. Again, I think I'll show you it later. I think when we get well into the season, I'll show you the best players are then. Can't go through them all. But you know, I've got talent here. Got some good lads. Look, still got a lot of young players with loads of potential. If they were mint and I needed them, they weren't going anywhere. I've sold some older players too. I also, and this was brilliant really, I've also got some older players. All these lads are very good, right? I'll quickly show you these ones, the old boys. Got Fernandez, midfielder. This kid, not bad, striker. This lad as well. And this lad, right? They're all good players I will be using. But they're all on like 60, 70 grand a week. So I thought, why not go and ask them if they want a new contract? And I didn't even have to put that contract down. When I went in to renegotiate their new deals, because they had like a year left, they all agreed, like instantly wanted 20 grand less. It's like, you boys are my new homies. This is my staff, and I didn't show it you at the start, but it was all right. But they all went. Every single freaking one of them went. I got rid of them all. That was one thing I did say. I want to do what I want to do with the staff. So everyone got sacked, right? And I'm not going to have a director of football, technical director. I'm going to do all that myself. Don't need a loan manager because it's fucking pointless. But yeah, as you can see, pretty sweet, that, isn't it? Now onto what I call the bookies page. And one thing that I've noticed sometimes is when you've loaded up a league, it'll say like there now, Franco Mendes, Boca and you'll think the Boca job was available. No, it wasn't. He's been their manager since 2024, so why is he showing up there? I don't know. Anyway, so I've left, obviously, Rosario Central, who are now predicted to be 9th. So even though I didn't spend any money, I laid some foundations. I maybe nicked some staff. Why not? But we are predicted to be 2nd behind the mighty Boca. But I sold some more players. Still skint, although we're not in debt. We're not in debt, although look at them wages, man. Christ. But I couldn't sell anymore. At this point, I couldn't sell anymore. If I sold the players to get that wage budget down, we'd be lacking. And I've got some real quality, so I want to keep them and hopefully just do well enough to be okay. So with time on my hands, we had one hell of a pre-season. I don't often have big ones, but I really wanted to... I had a big squad. I wanted to see who my boys were, give everyone a game, and we won every game, which is great. I had a testimonial as well for someone else. But yeah, everything was fine, set for the season. This game does it on purpose. It does it on purpose. It throws these things up for you to add an element of fun. I know it does. I reckon it does. Because, you know, what are the odds out of all them teams that the first team I'm going to play away from home is Rosario Central, where I've just resigned from? Really? Yes, they beat me 1-0. Oh, shit. Brilliant. Now, the squad itself was set up for defensive midfielder, but I want to play attacking football. I want to play with that AMC, and I was going to stick to that, even though I did get beat away and got booed the hell out of that stadium when we left. Now, jump forward to the 4th of May, and we're just going to get straight to the end of the Copa Libertadores group stage, where we finished 2nd. I'll have a look here for you. Got beat, drew with the Brazilians, and then we won the other games, beat Liverpool twice, which is always fun. Yeah, Liverpool FC. But yeah, so yeah, fantastic. We threw. I would love a good run in the Copa Libertadores, even though I've won it with Atlético Nacional. Let's see what we can do in the league. Look at that. Now we've got some games to catch up on. We've only played 8. But Rosario Central are top. No, I didn't make a signing with them. I've took 5 of their good coaches, but I must have laid some foundations there. Shitty now. So those guys out there at this moment who voted for me to stay there, maybe you were right. So I've only played 8 games, but after that defeat to Rosario Central, things have clicked into gear with one fantastic result, to be fair, at home against the arch rivals, my beloved Boca, who I want to be manager of one day. So yeah, things were going all right. Winning games. If we can keep this up, happy days. I've only got to get in the top 2, because if we go to the competitions page, they want quarterfinals of the Copa Libertadores. They'd like to get to the final of the Copa Argentina, so would I. We'll see. But look, I had to agree to that. I've got to finish in the top 2. If I finish 3rd, did have a youth intake as well at this moment, and it wasn't bad. I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but it's nice to get some good youngsters coming through, especially when you've sold about 30 of them already. I've now jumped forward to the 10th of July, and as you can see by that league table, Rosario Central have dropped all the way to 7th, still very respectable, and we are top above Boca by, 15 points. So yeah, things were going well, right? But that was a good thing, because you're going to give me that cushion now, which is what I was hoping for. It'd be nice. You never know. Not drawing a game, by the way. They give me that cushion to start game managing for the Copa Libertadores. Now, as B team in the Copa Argentina, at this point we've done well. 5th round, 6th round, fantastic results. Sticking with that B team because I know they want me to get to the final, but it's not the most important thing to me right now. In the Copa Libertadores, we've drawn another Brazilian team. That's all I get in this competition, isn't it? 99% of the time. Now in the league, of course, we lost our first game, then went on a fantastic winning streak until I got beat off Estudiantes, a team I was once manager of in a previous Journeyman adventure. Then I went on another great winning streak until we just got beat in the last game by 2 late goals in the 91st and 93rd minute from Boca Juniors. We're now up to the 16th of October, and yeah, we got knocked out of the quarterfinal of the Copa Argentina. They weren't happy about it, but I stuck with that B team philosophy. They were never really going to get me to a fact. They can do, sometimes it's happened. And there are some good young players there, but obviously not good enough. But I was okay with that, because at this point, I'd won the league, and we still had that big cushion. I still hadn't drawn a game, which is weird, I think, but lost a few more because I was doing that when we were in full flow now in the Copa Libertadores, and we all know how important that is in South America, especially Argentina, for a club like River. So, you know, I was doing what I did with Atletico Nacional, where I was B-teaming games before and after, because I had that cushion. I could take that risk. So, of course, I've had some bad patches, lost games back-to-back, which is, you know, it is what it is. I'm not too bothered. That was a bad one. I mean, Christ. And that's a B-team, red cards. They played appalling, let a million goals in. But was it worth it? Well, it worked in the first games, and we beat Sao Paulo 4-0 in that first leg, beat them 2-1 at their place, going through. We're faced yet another Brazilian team. It's like whatever club I'm at, it's just Brazilians all the way through. Now, we beat these 3-1 our place, and then beat them 4-1 at their place. Fluminense, see you later. And then we got, you guessed it, another Brazilian team, Atletico Mineiro, I think they're called. That's how I say it. Beat them in the first leg, drew 1-1 in the next leg. This was a semi-final. So that game management worked, but it just felt a bit easy, just plowing through these Brazilians. So yeah, Copa Libertadores final. I could get 2 of them, but I've got to beat a Brazilian again. Been doing it so far. Flamengo, very good team. I think just looks the second in the league in real life right now, behind Palmeiras. So, you know, they're a good team. They're here for a reason. I mean, it was an all Brazilian final last year, but of course the year before, it wasn't. Colombia versus Argentina, wasn't it? So we're back, baby. The Argies are back. And I'm still skint. Money just flies out of this club. But, you know, we're overspending on wages apparently, and they've not really invested a penny, so what are you going to do? So it's now the 19th of November. There's one league game left to play for us, but it's a bigger game before that. So, of course, we did win the league, which is great. I'm happy with that. Rosario Central, 6. Feel like I've done some good work there. Did manage to end up drawing a few games. So I'll show you all the results. And the reason I drew a few games is because I was B-teaming it. I was trying to game manage again, resting players here and there. Obviously working our way to the final of the Copa Libertadores. But you can kind of tell here, you know, where I've played a quarter-final, I've B-teamed, it got beat, but then we've bounced back with a proper team, done well. Did well around this patch, so, you know, I can't complain. So it's been alright. Ton of fun to play. Like I said, I was chilling on a veranda at night, kids got to bed, had a few hours, glass of red wine, looking over a lake. And because you're in the south of France as well, we were miles away from any major cities, all little tiny villages, you know, so there's no street lights. Wow, you forget how beautiful, it sounds a bit, you know, soft, but how beautiful the night sky is when you live somewhere like Manchester. You realise there's about a gazillion stars in the sky, and you end up just staring at it for ages. So a shooting star with my little boy and my niece, which was brilliant. Oh, amazing. So here we are just before the Copa Libertadores final against Flamengo, and this is a squad arranged by average rating. Now, there's a lot of unhappy players because a lot of them want new contracts, young guys, good guys, and I can't give them. I can't pay anyone who wants more money. I can only give you a decrease at the minute. I don't know what's going to happen next year if I stay here. I might put a vote out. I think I will, because we've had quite a break. We'll have a vote, see if you want me to stay. So if I did stay, I have no idea what will happen, to be honest. Probably if they reset the wages, we might be all right. I don't know. Anyway, so let's have a quick look at some of these. We've got Augustin, left winger, been very good for me. Federico Fonseca plays in the centre mainly for me. Can play out wide. We've got Mr. Giasopetti Lavate. I can't say his name. Good player, 22 years old. Now, Rodrigo, I didn't think he was going to be my starter. There's another guy on paper looks better, right? But it just shows you sometimes. The other guy looked better, but couldn't score. He just kept scoring, so he kept playing. That's what you do, innit? Fernando Perez, again, another youngster, good player. Humberto, he's been good for me. 26 years old, played for his country 8 times. Mr. Di Giovanni, again, another Argentinian young player. Let's skip him. Kevin Mendina, top player, to be fair. Got some good players, man. And they proved that. Copa Libertadores final, league win. They just needed training. Good staff. Me. Chief Comb Placement Officer, you can't go wrong. Yes, we're still skint. Oh, got £576 to spend. So here we are, another Copa Libertadores final. Absolutely buzzing. Very good team of mine on that pitch. The goalkeeper's carrying a knock. But you know what? I've missed this. I have missed this. Missed all this. But it was good to have a break. So here we go, playing in our quality kit, that innit? Black shirts, red shorts, red socks against another Brazilian team who, you know, we beat a lot of Brazilians. I mean, Corinthians were tough. And they beat us and we drew them in the group stage. But then once we got to the knockouts, won every game apart from one. Cheeky, peachy. So, you know, we've got good odds on here. The lads have done very well. And like I said, I came into it not really knowing what's going on. Come on, go! As soon as you saw the finances, I'm like, shit. And it's like you still have to do a lot of work to sell players, but yeah, there was no real issue with selling them because there was so many good young ones. I mean, if I'd have come into this club with money and I had all them young players, wow, you could stay for years and just build a freaking dynasty. You know, I had to get rid of some quality, some good ones, some good like older players as well. But it is what it is, and I still haven't managed to fix the finances. This is fucking hard as shit, to be honest. Anyway, can we get an opening goal? Come on, lads. Here's Giovanni. Finds Peachy. Go on, back to Giovanni. Go on, lad. Cross it in. Back to Peachy. So, 1-2 in it on the edge of the box. Oh! So one thing, my little lad doesn't really watch me play this. He's always at home doing his own thing. But of course, on holiday, with no TV or internet, he spent a lot of time sat with me, watching. And he kind of got into it, and he's only 5. And he kept saying, oh, can we play another game of football, Daddy? And then when we get beat, he'd be like, why have you got beat, Daddy? Why'd you lose, Daddy? He thinks I'm going to win every game. I'm like, dude, I win enough. Do you know what I mean? But it's so good. Perez! No, referee does not like that. Second goal review. Come on, you little poo. Goal awarded. Hey. But I mean, he's such a good boy. He's a clever lad, my son. I've mentioned that before. You've seen him pop up in a video or two. We can be a little bit scared about things. So we started off the holiday, massive water park. Won't go down any slides without me. Won't jump in the water. Won't even try and swim unless he could stand up. By the end of the week, watching him get braver, it's just like a proud daddy moment. Flying down the big slides that go about 100 miles an hour, where you have to sit in a ring on his own. Going down the windy one on his own. Jumping in. I've got loads of video of him doing jumps and all that. I taught him how to bomb. His little armband, swimming in the deep end. Brilliant, honestly. So proud of him. My little lad, that's Fletcher, but my little lad Jackson, Christ, he's just got balls of steel. He's like off, running off. I spent half my all day chasing him around. Where's he gone? Shit, he's like miles away. I'm excited for this because I played this early. I played this first while I was on holiday. I'm in half time now, but I played this first. But I kind of forgot about it because I've been playing another save. But I'm excited for it. Can we do it? It'd be great if I can. But yeah, what a beautiful part of France I've just been to, and honestly, amazing, really. Where we stayed, the class, I think she called it at the reception, one of the last white zones of Europe, where the signal is turned. Now you could get Wi-Fi for a day or two, but it was appalling. So slow, so shit. Are they getting a red? Yes, they are. So yeah, there's just no point in the end. Kind of give up on it, and then you come back and your phone just explodes. I managed to send the odd message here or there, but yeah, brilliant. It was a good thing to get away from it in a way, especially for me. I grew up going on holidays like that with no TV and no internet, where you have to play games and do things, you know what I mean? Because otherwise the kids have just been all on their iPads all week. Right, come on! Just under half an hour to go. I have just demanded more. I've also just made a substitution. I don't think it's taken effect yet. It's him who's coming off, Mr. Medina. Oh! Penalty ref. And I think it's the man who's coming off. He was going to take it, but he's come off, so now it's Peachy. And he's gone! Oh, no! Schoolboy. Shit. Right, so it's still 1-0, 20 minutes to go. We have dominated this game. They've not done a thing, but anything could happen. One good thing was, I went on holiday. United had lost 2 games, our first 2 games in the league, and I'm thinking, shit, come back off holiday to find not only we beat Liverpool, I kind of heard that result though, off someone. And then we beat Southampton, started to get the gears going, aren't we? But freaking started to buy Brazilian superstars as well. We're buying Anthony today, so hopefully things are going to change for Man United. I'm hoping we'll start playing some good football, start winning some games, win the league. Not going to win the league. Right, come on, we should have scored so many more goals, but the minute we're winning and we're dying down those seconds, so my second Copa Libertadores. Go on, there you go. Happy days. Loving it. I'm happy. I don't know, the excitement with Atletico Nacional, maybe because I really wanted to do it for the first time and we were a Colombian team. But my tactics seems to work against Brazilian teams, doesn't it? But yeah, very proud of this, seeing as I've not bought a single player. I've had to sell half the squad, but still managed to keep a team together that's done a league title and a continental title. I'm happy with that. What a return, eh? What a return. There you go, check that out. And I think it's the first one now since 2027. Yep, there it is. Very happy. I had to do a bit of a payout for some players, contracts and so on, but we did receive 11.5 million. And we're still in debt. So here we are going into injury time in our last game of the season. Away at all, boys. I tried to rotate as much as I could. I think I made 9 changes. We ended up with a man getting sent off. Everything's been won. No one was asked. We've been beaten. As you can see, 2-0. I'm not asked by that. Not bothered in the slightest. So there still is a relegation playoff. But, you know, we won by 7 points. That gap would have been massive if we didn't have to rotate so much. Ended up losing 7, drawing 3, winning 28. Got the best player in the league, second highest goal scorer. I'm happy with that. I think that's a fantastic season. So initially, I knew I had good players, but I didn't know I'd win the league and the Copa Libertadores. And I'm itching closer and closer to 1,000 games. I've got to hit 1,000 games at least before the freaking series ends. And I'm still bitter that I'm now a grey old bastard. Look at that! I did win 3 managers a month, so obviously 2 trophies. Good odds on getting manager of the year. It's not been done yet. But yeah, look at that career so far. But where's my career going to go to next? Well, I am, of course, going to leave that up to you by dropping another vote. Why not? Let's have a vote. Let's give you guys some input. So there's going to be 3 options for you to choose from. The first one is stay at River. Try and repair these finances, try and keep this squad together and go again and see what we can do. Option 2 will be to leave River and Argentina, but stay in South America, not Colombia, anywhere else. Again, that's totally up to you. And the third option, because it was the second highest voted for option with 26% in the previous vote, is should we go to Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, somewhere like that, somewhere random, somewhere with a real challenge, because that'll be tough. And try and win something, like obviously a league or a cup, but maybe like one of the lower level European competitions. I don't know if this job's going to be available, the leagues are running. So again, that's going to be up to you. So if you do want to take part and you want to vote, just look in your suggested list or go to my community tab on my YouTube channel and you'll see the vote hopefully drop as soon as this episode is finished. So it's going to be up to you and I can't wait to see what you do. But thank you for returning if you did return. I know I've had quite a bit of a break, obviously, on holiday, so I do appreciate it. I love you long time. Now then, I'm going to do the alternate reality Ajax episode next. Do I just wear the same clothes? I might change the hat though, but hopefully you'll join me for that because that could be a good one too, maybe. So thank you as always. Hope you're happy, hope you're safe. I hope you've been great while I've been away. And I'll see you for episode 21. Bye bye.